Okay, this is DBTV. I'm here with celebrity chef James Martin at the University of West London. He's just cooked up a delicious meal to pair specifically with different beers. So James, did you kind of work your menu around the beers, or was it the other way around?
I think it was the other way around really, because we had the menu written about sort of 6 to 8 months ago. But yeah, I mean, wine and beer, you know, food matching are not new really, and particularly beers. There's so many different ones to choose from, and of all the ones that we had tonight, probably the strawberry one was our favourite ones. All the chefs seem to like that one, but yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Okay, and there's loads of emphasis on food and wine matching, and do you think food and beer matching is equally important?
I think I've done stuff in China on whiskey as well. I mean, you can say that. I think wine obviously is the natural link, but particularly when you're talking about beers, it's very complex to beers, and they're very, very different in terms of how whether they've got hops, whether they're rice brewed, or all manner of different stuff. So I think for a chef, you kind of got to understand that the difference between all the stuff that's out there. But to cook with them, there's several different ones. We used a dark stout tonight, because often when you cook with Guinness is particularly good for roasting. When you roast it, it actually goes sticky. It's a bit like black treacle, and it's great for roasting joints of turkey and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But you wouldn't necessarily roast with stout, but if you drop it into a sauce at the last minute, that's what we did tonight. It works fantastically well.
Sure. Okay, and a lot of celebrities like Tony Hadley, Mark Hicks, Rick Stein have kind of released beers quite recently. Do you think there's an element of people jumping on the beer wagon, perhaps?
Well, they're all releasing beers, aren't they? But I suppose there's nothing wrong with it. I've got a very good friend of mine next door to me in Hampshire, a guy called Jody Schechter, and he's produced his own ale and his own lager.
Sure.
But he actually produced his own hops, so it's very much, rather than stick a name to it, he goes through the whole process of it.
Yeah.
And it's worthwhile. The results are fantastic out of it as well. So it's kind of, I do like artisan beers. I'm not a great fan of the old draft beers.
Yeah.
I do like the artisan bottle beers, and I think, given the fact that food's becoming more popular, so why not? There's more and more choice of beers to choose from.
Any plans for James Martin beer in the pipeline?
It'll be a long way off before I get James Martin beer, I think.
Sweet baby James, perhaps?
I think I might get lynched if I've been a Yorkshireman and not choose proper bitter. I think I might get lynched.
Sure. Obviously you work on Saturday Kitchen, so what would your food heaven be, and what wine would you match it with?
My food heaven is probably a roast dinner. I think a lot of chefs say roast dinner, roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. I really like Gaia, G-A-J-A. I'm a massive fan of that. They
Delicious.
Do Gaia Barolo.
Yeah.
I love that Italian red. I like French red, don't get me wrong, but if I could pick anything, it would be that. The opposite end of that, the white, I would always choose a Montrachet.
Okay.
I just absolutely adore any type of Montrachet. I keep trying to get Montrachets on Saturday Kitchen. I see the price come down a little bit, about 25 quid is the cheapest.
Yeah, you've got expensive taste there.
But I just think, I do like Montrachet, and I particularly think with the Gaia, I was introduced to it in Italy. And it's just a fantastic wine, and a huge price range as well. You get some that are 80 quid a bottle, some that go up to sort of £2.5 grand a bottle. But I just like the taste of it, and a really good Barolo is what I fancy.
There's nothing like discovering a wine in the place it was made as well. I think it kind of makes it extra special.
Well, that's how I learned my trade when I was a young cook. When my father was a wine judge in Saint-Emilion, and went over there every summer and classified the vintages over in Saint-Emilion. So by the time I was 16, I worked at Pure Isaac, Figeac, Cheval Blanc, Ozone, Pavie, Montbousquet. I'd worked in most of the chateaus when I was a young kid. Didn't really understand wine, was more interested in cooking, and all the wine went in the pot. But it's gradually, I think it's one of those things as you get older, you kind of appreciate it more, and I didn't really appreciate it when I was a kid as much as, I suppose, I was more used to sort of Robinson's barley water with my granny when I was a kid, rather than a bottle of Chateau Pavie. But it was a fantastic time, and a great memorable time as well.
That sounds delicious. And finally, we've had molecular gastronomy, borrowing from the past, and fanatical foraging at the moment. What do you think the next big food trend is going to be?
I just wish there wouldn't be food trends. I wish people would concentrate on cooking a bloody steak properly. All this molecular stuff just does my head in. It's just, leave that to people who are very good at it. The likes of Heston and those guys who basically spend their lives doing it. And I just think there's too many young kids out there, 18, 19 years old, armed with a water bath and a test tube, and actually don't know how to cook properly.
Right.
And cookery is just the application of heat to great ingredients.
Sure.
There's no rocket science to it.
Back to
There's
basics.
no fancy art form. It's just great ingredients, pan fried behind me on the hob, bit of salt, that's it.
Okay, awesome. Well, James Martin, thank you very much.